Hello, beautiful family. It is always okay to start over. It's okay. It's okay. Just start over. That's what I'm doing. Today is my first day of no unhealthy sugars. I feel great. No unhealthy sugars. I did so great for the birthday month of August. My birthday, both of my daughter's birthdays, and I would treat and cheat and then get right back on track. Then I hit September and it was a cheat feast. So much sugar. I lost control. So now I'm getting back. I'm getting back in the game because I am fighting for me, because it is so important to take care of you, to fight for you. You, amazing, beautiful soul, you matter. I'm Debs. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm excited about starting again. This is just the beginning of my journey. A little bit about me is I'm no longer a survivor, I'm a thriver, because that's what I want to do. I want to thrive. I just don't want to be stuck in the past, because your mind will take you there and keep you there if you let it, if you don't do the work. So I've been doing so much work. 2020 has been a crazy year, pandemic and hurricanes, and right now we're having a tropical storm. It's been over the top strange, right? Are we in the twilight zone? I'm not sure anymore. But I'm working on my health. I've been getting in my spin. I'm doing so awesome with that, hitting the spin classes. But when it comes to that sugar, if you have experienced trauma, if you've had trauma in your life, and I've had much trauma in my life as a child, as an adult. I've experienced a lot of trauma. And you can, just my personal opinion, you can form addictions. For me, that's sugar addiction. I turned to sugar just because I started turning to sugar when I was younger. I was way too thin and I would just eat sugar to help me gain weight. And then I met this guy and he was very abusive mentally and physically. I turned to sugar. I was never thin enough. And I turned to sugar in the beginning to gain weight, and then I turned to sugar as comfort because that's what was familiar for me. That's what made me feel better. It didn't make me feel amazing. It didn't make me feel good. I became the yo-yo dieter, all these fad diets. Soup diet, cabbage diet, apple cider vinegar diet. Give me this pill, give me that pill, give me this magic pill. If you know what I'm talking about, comment. I want to hear from you. Yeah, I remember drinking this apple cider vinegar, and don't do this. I would just drink this apple cider vinegar, and I had like all these ulcers in my mouth, and I made this bet with one of my managers at work. And we all weighed in before, and I ended up losing like 10 pounds. And if I look back at myself now, I didn't need to lose 10 pounds. It was just, I guess that made me feel in control, right? I can control one thing in my life. I can control, you know, this crazy fad diet. I could control that. I could control what I was putting in my body in that moment by restricting calories so much that I was losing weight, and apple cider vinegar was causing these painful ulcers in my mouth. But I was so out of control because I wanted to lose weight so badly that I just kept going and going. But it didn't do me any good because I gained weight back. And you know, with yo-yo dieters, you eat, you restrict, you go on crazy kind of diets. I don't even probably remember half of the diets I've been on. Cabbage diet. I did this one thing that I read. You can wrap your body in gauze. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're wasting your money and you're going to lose weight. I forgot what you're supposed to put on your body, but I did it, and no, I didn't lose any inches. I didn't. It was a waste of my money, a waste of my time. Liars. Hydrate. I usually have my straw, but I don't. Look at that, Lovin' Debs Fit 50s. Because for me, fitness is more than just how I look on the outside. Yeah, that's important, but it's also my mind, my body, my spirit. When I hit my 50s, I unexpectedly, unplanned, did more than reverse my type 2 diabetes. I started this healing journey, this mental healing journey. Speaking of things right here on camera, this is where my journey really began on my YouTube channel that I just started originally to share my weight loss. I would pray before I hit record, and I just started sharing all this trauma started pouring out of me and unfolding on camera. It was really, now that I think back, it was really a traumatic experience, and I would get knocked down from just sharing all these emotions, and I would turn to sugar. I kicked diabetes butt, and I was like a year without sugar, and then this healing started, and I would just turn to eating sugar, which is familiar, for comfort, and sometimes it was just screw it, I don't care. Self-sabotage, right? You know what I'm talking about? That self-sabotage. Yeah, and I would get knocked down, and I would just not really want to eat, but I would turn to sugar because memories, just, it's what I would go to for that nurturing, instead of turning to God for me. But I think also when you're going through that, and I have to say that I feel that God opened these doors for me to release this, because I would pray before I press record, and this would come out of me, like I said. But I wasn't prepared to handle it. I didn't really know how to handle it, and I would started eating, and that's why I'm where I am now, because of the sugar, and I started gaining weight again. And last year I did not do my annual physical. I didn't get tested, so I'm getting back on track, because when I go get retested for because I reversed my diabetes, when I go back and get retested this year, I want that clear. I want that, hey, you're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Because when I reversed my type 2 diabetes, I didn't want to go on medication. I begged, I pleaded that doctor in 2016. My husband, he went back with his old job, but we had to have annual physicals. We had to have a physical in order to get the health insurance. And that saved my life. It really did, because without that physical, I would have been walking around with type 2 diabetes, not knowing it, feeling like crap like I did, and still eating unhealthy and feeding those emotions. And it was literally that, hey, you're type 2 diabetic, I'm going to put you on medication. I'm calling in the prescription right now, I'm faxing it in, whatever it was at that time. And I was like, no, please don't do that. I will quit sugar. And I did. I quit sugar right then and there. When I got off the phone, I was researching type 2 diabetes. I became overwhelmed. I had no idea what I was doing. But I lowered my carbs so significantly that I was throwing my body into a keto state, even though I wasn't keto. And I changed my life by doing that. And I felt amazing, and I was eating every 3 hours. And now I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore some days. It's like skipping meals and turning to sugar again. But when I do eat healthy. But then there's the moments where I want pizza, but I don't eat dairy, so I don't eat the cheese on the pizza. I don't get cheese on pizza, but you get my point. I'm still eating something carb, something that's not good for me. Even if it's healthy cookies, healthy chocolate, it still has sugar, it still has carbs. So I'm working on getting back in balance. I hope that you will join me for day 1 of No Unhealthy Sugars. It's never too late to start. We need to just stop beating ourselves up and say, hey, it's okay. It's okay. I slipped. Hey, it's okay. I have the power to get back up. I'm strong. I'm determined. I've succeeded before, and I'm going to do it again. I want you to join me. I want you to be there with me. I love you. You're worthy. You're amazing. You're beautiful. I'm a little bit fired up because I'm just feeling so good that I'm almost through day 1. And I don't want to think of it as I'm almost through, but let's be honest. I'm almost through day 1. Didn't even have any cravings. I made some healthy chocolate that's in the freezer right now. And prep. Make sure you have something healthy on hand so you don't want to turn to the junk. So I'm documenting again. Today is day 1. Look for my weekly videos. Remember to subscribe because I love to have you here. I love to have you part of this amazing, beautiful community, fitness tribe, fitness family. You're very important to me. I appreciate every single comment, every single subscriber. It lights up my world. It really does. It makes me happy to get a comment because I love helping people and I want everyone to succeed, including myself. I have to practice what I preach, right? Practice what you preach. Don't preach to someone else when you're out eating junk and doing whatever. Practice what you preach. Get your fitness on today because you're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel good. And let me tell you, it doesn't mean I'm 57. Doesn't mean I don't wake up feeling sore. Doesn't mean I don't have arthritis in my knees, because I do. It doesn't mean my neck doesn't hurt from 5 car accidents. It doesn't mean that life is perfect, but it means that I'm putting in the effort. I love spin class no matter how hard it is. I love it. It just makes me feel like a woman on fire. Like I can accomplish anything. I can do anything. If I can get through 40 minutes to an hour spin class, I can accomplish anything, and so can you, no matter what it is. If you're just starting out and you have weight to lose, it might be getting out of bed, making up your bed. It might be just walking around your house. It might be changing something and eating, replacing a sugary drink with tea. I love unsweetened tea just sweetened with stevia. Oh, it's so good. I used to be addicted to Diet Coke and lemon. That was my thing. Diet Coke and lemon. Man, I'm losing weight. I'm having Diet Coke and lemon and a big pizza, right? But that was my thing. I love Diet Coke and lemon. Not knocking it if you like it, but try a healthier option if you want. This is just my personal journey, and I'm here to help you along the way. I hope that you have an amazing day. I love you. Mwah. Big hugs from me. Till next time.